Good morning, YouTube. So, for this book review, we've got Your Next Five Moves. This book was written by a man named Patrick Bet David. I actually don't know if that's his real name or if that's his YouTube name, but he's an insurance salesman who started an insurance company in Dallas, and it's one of the bigger insurance companies in the country. And he also runs a YouTube channel called Valuetainment. He wrote a book called Your Next Five Moves. Uh, I'll link to his I'll link to the book and to his YouTube channel down in the comments. But I really need to learn to do something with my hair before this. But anyway, he likes to use metaphors when explaining stuff. So he equates business to chess. So the checks, the chapters are broken up into moves. Move one encompasses chapters 1 through 3. Move two encompasses 3 through 5 or 6, I believe. I'd actually have to pull it up on Audible to get that. But chapter 1 is all about figuring out what drives you and what moves you to do you. It was one of the most insightful things I've read and really caused me to look into myself more than just about anything else I've read since starting this whole self improvement journey. Uh, he cites a couple examples. He uses himself a lot. He also uses people that used to work for him. Uh, and he likes, in this chapter, he uses counterproductive goals. So one of the examples that he gives is about a guy who him and another guy in the insurance company were competing, hardcore competing, like working 80, 90 hours a week, trying to see who could make the most money in 1 year. And this one guy was miserable. The other guy was happy. He was loving every minute of it. But the guy specifically was miserable. Pat sat him down and asked him, "You seem miserable. What's going on?" And the guy sat there and he went on and on about his home life and how he never sees his kids. And Pat sat there and he was like, "You have different goals. What's Think about it. What's your goals?" And the guy came back to him, I think a day or two later, and said, "If I could work 2 to 3 days a week, make 100, 150K a year, I would be happy. I would just spend time with my kids, everything else." And so he stopped competing with the guy, and it made him a lot happier a person. That resonated with me because that's actually my goal in all of this is to figure out some way to basically be on vacation every year or every day. That would be amazing. I don't know if that's actually going to ever work out, but we'll see. You never know. After figuring out what path you want to be on, then figure out if you want to work in a business or start one. Pat gives a lot of specific examples of how his path was helped by people who did not understand him. He used an example of, I'm going to butcher this because I listened to the book, so I can't reference it right now. But he used a specific example of describing himself as a lion, and he was set up to be a perfect entrepreneur. In other words, somebody who worked inside of a company but treated it as if it's his own. And he would have been perfect for it. But the company that he was working for didn't understand him. Uh, I got a lot from this. I got a lot from that first chapter in the book. The second part that really resonated with me is chapter is Move 3. This section takes care of chapters 6, 7, and 8 and is all about building the right team and surrounding yourself with the right people. This chapter helped me put a couple of people at arm's length because they were not helping me and they were hindering me. So he equates it to business and how when you start a company, you should always be trying to fire yourself. So you have to do marketing and find a better marketer than you are and hire them. Your friends, make sure you surround yourself with people who want to help you, not bring you down. I believe this is also covered in the Unplugged Alpha, but you are the sum. And Tim Ferriss made this. Tim Ferriss, I want to say, is actually responsible for me thinking about this and thinking along these lines. But you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So if your 5 closest friends are fat, stupid, and dumb, you're going to be the 6th. If your 5 closest friends are fit, happy, and billionaires, you'll be the 6th. So be careful who you surround yourself with. And this is going to be a little bit more personal than I usually get into with this one, but I had to cut out a business relationship. Thankfully, we were still able to maintain friendship, but him and I are no longer able to do business together because all he did was bitch about the work that I did and did almost nothing on his end, but claimed to be doing all of this other stuff, but yet you could never find examples of him actually doing it. Makes me question it. But anyway, that is my takeaway from your next 5 moves. I highly, highly recommend this book. I'll be doing Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life next. This one is not going to be very flattering, and this is actually coming from somebody who really likes Jordan Peterson, but I'm currently writing that one up right now. I'm working on getting a blog set up where I have the written form of all of this, so that way you guys can go read it and sign up for a newsletter and all that other good stuff. But like, subscribe, all that other good shit. Check you on the next one.